there's a little bit of drama at the White House. Now, William Barr has so far refused to back up Donald Trump's clown coup, which, of course, basically is him trying to allege massive amounts of voter fraud. And despite the fact that there is absolutely no evidence in order to back up his claims of voter fraud. So now, earlier this week, in fact, the Justice Department, William Barr himself, revealed that they had uncovered no evidence of voter fraud in this election. The result of that, of course, is that you made the baby mad. He is not happy about this. In fact, the Washington Post reports that Trump is livid at Barr for not doing enough to help him remain in power, and could even fire him despite having left less than 2 months in office. One senior administration official said that there was a chance Trump would fire his attorney general and asserted the president was not merely frustrated over Barr's fraud related assertions. So basically, simply put, Donald Trump's in meltdown. Okay? Because he did not get his way, because William Barr will not back him up. In fact, Trump went on an unhinged rant for 46 straight minutes. Now, I'm going to show you that, and this is, by the way, this is posted right on his Twitter account. It's pinned right to the top of the page, and I want to show you some of that just to show you kind of the meltdown, how it looks.
I want to provide an update on our ongoing efforts to expose the tremendous voter fraud and irregularities which took place during the ridiculously long November 3rd elections. We used to have what was called Election Day. Now we have election days, weeks and months, and lots of bad things happened during this ridiculous period of time, especially when you have to prove almost nothing to exercise our greatest privilege, the right to vote. That is why I am determined to protect our election system, which is now under coordinated assault and siege. For months leading up to the presidential election, we were warned that we should not declare a premature victory. We were told repeatedly that it would take weeks, if not months, to determine the winner, to count the absentee ballots, and to verify the results. My opponent was told to stay away from the election. Don't campaign. We don't need you. We've got it. This election is done. In fact, they were acting like they already knew what the outcome was going to be. They had it covered, and perhaps they did, very sadly for our country. It was all very, very strange.
He is right, though, about one thing. Our electoral process is under assault. It's just he's the one who's assaulting it. I mean, come on. So, unhinged. Okay, but back to the report here, right? So now that same official says that now, since there's, some very big tension at the White House, now several people are trying to persuade Trump not to fire William Barr. In fact, the report itself also mentioned that Barr and Trump's relationship had been deteriorating, and that one official said the two had barely spoken in recent months, as the president was frustrated by attorney generals not releasing any findings of Durham's investigation before the election and not taking more aggressive steps to back his claims of voter fraud. So basically, that witch hunt investigation by Durham turned out nothing, and yet Donald Trump's like, why didn't you go to the release it? Okay, and then also the voter fraud. Why did you backing me up on voter fraud? Because there's no evidence. There's no evidence of either of these things. Remember that Hunter Biden laptop turned out to be a complete and utter waste of time, a bust, another bust, just like, of course, the Clinton emails, right? Didn't prove any sort of wrongdoing, didn't prove any sort of, massive, law-breaking thing that you could throw somebody in prison for. Okay, none of this proved anything. They came out to be complete and utter nothing burgers. And yet, here you go. You've got Trump saying, why didn't you release it? It's under attack. Dude, shut up. He is the worst. whiniest little bitch loser I have ever seen. Ever, 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 my God. Shut the fuck up. Donald Trump, as I keep saying, has absolutely no evidence to back him up. And I'm very surprised that, Barr is not going along with this. That Barr is actually standing up and saying, and not just going along with Donald Trump, which because it's what he normally did. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall. That's it. Or maybe like destroying the democratic process is a little bit more than he bargained for. And so he's like, I'm not quite ready to do a fascist takeover of the United States. Just maybe sure, I'll cover for Donald Trump. I'll make sure he stays out of prison or doesn't get impeached or impeached and removed. But I'm not going to go as far as taking over the United States. I don't know. There's a line. I guess it's a good one. I mean, look, it's not as if it matters now if Barr gets fired. Okay. I mean, it would basically only be a firing for spite. So that's it. But at the same time, Donald Trump still has a lot of support from Republican voters and people in power. So that could hurt him as well. So I don't know. There is also another wrinkle here. If he does fire Barr, well, then William Barr, what does he know about Trump? What does he know that could affect him or affect him after the election? Good question. And if he is fired, would he speak up? Again, this is Donald Trump throwing a complete tantrum without thinking. Well, just without thinking, basically. And that's it. Questions. We'll see what happens. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.